whistle while you at work, 10 a.m. We're going to be talking about some great things today. Before we get started, we're going to be talking about some topics, but we're going to get into the show. We're going to talk about where I'm at today and what we're doing on Philly Hott Radio, Whistle While You Work, every Saturday morning. For those who are about to tune in to watch us around the world on YouTube channel or Philly around on Facebook Live. So we're definitely live. We're just waiting for some technical because of the thunderstorms and everything that's been going on in the city of Philadelphia. Everything's been going around in every city. And we are grateful for all the protesters and those who've been marching and those who have been participating along with some of the celebrities and entertainment people and some of the guys and men's and women's that have been fighting for a very long time. And we're starting to see a big change all collectively together. Brown, white, yellow, creep, and every racist has come together. And I am so grateful that young people are starting to get involved more. And I'm so grateful for all the people that have joined to help us in this cause has been overdue. So it's important that what we are doing live on Philly Hott Radio, that we conduct ourselves in a professional manner. We conduct ourselves that people that understand what we are doing, what we actually are trying to do. It's important that we respect the policy of Facebook Live, and also we respect all the policy that YouTube have on us around the world. Before we get started, we want to send out a prayer for all the people that have died for wrongfully getting arrested and getting killed or murdered by police officers. It's important that we respect those who never got a chance to defend themselves in the court of law. So let's hold that moment in prayer for those who have lost their life being arrested by a police officer in the streets around the world. Wow. So we got that prayer out real quick. So I just want to make sure that I do that. So good morning and welcome to Philly Hott Radio. My name is Showtime the Hype Man. We are broadcast live on Facebook Live and also YouTube channel, and along with all the other internet channels that is watching us around the world. So what's going on? Those who are watching us, I'm seeing that y'all getting ready. We have an exciting show this morning. We're going to be talking about Black Lives Matter, and also we're going to talk about Black Workers Matters in the city of Philadelphia. And we've been seeing a lot of racist things, but a lot of people are afraid to talk about races. A lot of people are afraid to talking about Black pride. A lot of people are afraid, especially Black leadership in the city of Philadelphia. We got Black leadership are afraid to speak on the tough issues dealing with Afro-American brothers and sisters in this great country. It have to take someone to die for the Black entertainments, for the Black political people, for the Black justice system, and all around the world that is protesting because you are Black. Afro-America in other countries. We are surprised. We're not surprised what they're doing in British to Black folks. We're not surprised with Blacks that lives other different country are dealing the same thing that we've been dealing for in the history of this great country called America. So before I get started, I'm going to be talking about what I've been doing and what I'm trying to do as a leader on the front line when it dealing with these situations. And we've been going around the city of Philadelphia asking questions and doing polls. And we suggested, and we truly believe that it's time for new leadership in the city of Philadelphia. We truly believe that it's important that we respect the young people that we allow the new generation of young folks. No one never realized Dr. King was 36 years old when he started challenging America for justice. President Obama went on TV, national TV, and talked about the movement of young folks across this great nation. I know that some of the young folks that we saw and watched, some of them destroyed some of the business, some of them destroyed some of the supermarkets closer into their community, and we have saw that. Also breaking into MT machines in supermarkets that maybe be close to some of our elderly people in our own community. We saw that. But also, we have seen when it comes to jobs and opportunity for the young men and the young women that come out of high school and those who maybe have single parents, and some of the young people have went to jobs because a lot of jobs has closed the doors on young Afro-American men's and women's. And we're not saying that all companies do not hire black men and women. But also we have noticed in the last 20 or 30, 40 years, and those who are not aware of the Pennsylvania law, when you fill out an application, it's called an at-will state, that your employee can fire you just because. For those who have watched the funeral of Floyd, and how the CNN News, BT News, and how so many athletes and so many prime leadership came out to support the cause. For those who know that Dr. Rock is not here today, but we're still, Dr. Rock will be coming in next month maybe, but I'm not sure the date line, but we want to give Dr. Rock a shout out. If she's watching us, we are still working on technical problems right now, but we are going live on YouTube channel and Facebook Live this morning. So I want to give a shout out to Dr. Rock, the co-host of Philly Hot Radio. Dr. Rock, if you listening or you somewhere, continue to keep us in prayer and those around the world that need prayer. So, we're going to talk about a company that did not apologize. And we've been putting out a lot of news and articles about this transportation company in the city of Philadelphia. This is your show. We're asking you to participate along with us so we can build up a topic. Also like to thank some of the police officers that kneeled down, and also want to thank the Mayor Kennedy for taking the statue down at 16th and JFK. For those who know that Frank Rizzo was racist police commissioner office, he did not deserve to be in front of JFK with his hand up in the air. How could some of the Afro-American black city councilmen and councilmen at large, and some of the black American state reps, state senators, in the Congress and the senator that represent Pennsylvania are not really speaking on the real issues? It's on now. It's on. The phone lines are open for those who like to call in. The phones are 484-477-6348. How do you feel when you saw the Frank Rizzo statue finally came down? We've been seeing a group of black Afro-American state reps all of a sudden want a unified and open up and start talking about unified. It took a man deaf to be nailed it for 8 minutes for this country to wake up. I want to give the Washington mayor a shout out. Right down the street, Philly Hot Radio, whistle while you work. Hey, good morning, Daryl. How you doing?
Fine, thank you. My feelings about the Rizzo statue, it should have never been erected from the beginning, and it should never go up again anywhere in the city of Philadelphia. We all know that he was a very racist man. He ran the city like with an arm and a hammer. So many cases out here still to this day for the cops' brutality he allowed to happen to our blacks in the city of Philadelphia. Now back to the job situation. Back in the day, you was able to come out of school, from high school, after learning a trade, was able to get a job. It's not like that anymore. And we keep gearing our children towards the sports and the rap world or what have you, but we got better and stronger minds. If we're gonna fight this thing that's going on right now, we need more black lawyers, more black judges, more black everything. And for all of these large corporations, and they haven't stepped up and said a word about the treatment of all people of all colors and all races, we need to stop patronizing them. How about that?
Well, let me ask you a question, Daryl, and the listeners and viewers that are watching us around the world. Have you ever faced racism towards the job, or have you ever saw the labor relation board or the labor relation at your job and the human relation board when it comes to black men's and black women's when they get write-up? Have you ever faced racism or on your job?
Certainly, for sure. Absolutely. I was a postal worker at one time.
Can you give us a sample of a case that you feel that when a black man did it, the rules sticked, but when a white person did it, the rules was different? Can you explain to our audience?
For sure, absolutely. I was working in the primary. That was my location. Another white guy that was working, and he left, came back 25, 30 minutes later, was never paid. I went to the bathroom. I couldn't have been in there 10 minutes and was being paged back to the primary. So when I come back, I said to my supervisor, I said, what's all the primary? He said, well, you've been going. I said, well, so-and-so was going for X, Y, Z amount of time. He never paged him back. Now, I call a spade whenever I see it. I could care less about how he was going to feel about what I was saying. But you ain't going to do me any kind of way unless somebody else of another race gets slide on through.
Wow.
So sure, but then also I got another one. I had another white friend on the job when my mother passed. He said, "Here you go. Here's $100." He said, "I didn't put it in the pot because I didn't want for you not to get it. And I figured once you got back to work, you would need it." So he said, "Take this." I said, "No, that's too much." He says, "No, take it. So so you get to your next pay." So I've been treated wrong in one instance and right in one instance. Cannot paint every nationality with no broad paintbrush and say everybody's all the same, because they're not. We're all human beings first.
Wow.
And this is what this situation is about. This is a human piece. This ain't about no civil rights. This is about treating people like people supposed to be treated. And everybody has had enough. That man cried for his mother that was deceased on the ground. That was a heavy piece. I think that's the part that's got everybody where we at right now.
Well, let me ask you another question, Dal, before I let you go. We want to thank you for calling. Now, you talked about how we've been noticing that when it comes to construction jobs, electrician jobs, carpenter jobs, plumbing jobs, we've been seeing that a lot of Afro-Americans that have trade jobs and going to school to get them. What is the problem that we're seeing less black men in construction sites? And what we are seeing when we go downtown, when we go to some of the job sites, you see less black but more of white people working in the construction field, and along with electrician, along with carpenters, bricklayers, cement. What happened? What was the design?
I'm gonna tell you what happened. Unfortunately, the two schools in the city of Philadelphia that offered the trades, which was Bach Vocational Tech and Dobbins, a lot of the programs are not there. Like, they don't have the auto mechanics no more. They don't have the plumbing no more. They don't have a lot of the major things that we need in life to survive.
Wow.
So therefore, the few guys that did get their little degrees from these little outside schools after getting out of school, They don't get hired on these construction sites because the white man got it on lock. And if they there, majority of them, they're not skillful. They're just laborers.
Wow.
That's what we see.
Okay.
And you don't see a whole lot of them.
Okay, Daryl, well, I want to thank you for calling up, and I appreciate your impact. Do anything you have to say before you get off the air? Do you want to say anything to the black community as a whole or to the new leadership? Do you think that the black leaderships in the city of Philadelphia has been doing a great job or a bad job representing us?
I think we need new, fresh, young leadership with some real new good ideas. You know, it's unfortunate that we keep recycling people over and over and over and over, and without no results. They tell us they're going to do this, come in the neighborhood when they getting ready to run, and then if you need them and you call the office, you're always put off. Okay,
well, Daryl, we got the phone popping. Want to thank you for calling. Okay, thank you.
You're more than welcome. Love and respect.
Love and respect. All right, that was Daryl viewing his point of view, what is going on when we're dealing with political people in the city of Philadelphia. We're asking the caller call up. The phones are popping right now. The phone number is 484-477-6348. You can call up. We're talking about Black Lives Matters in the city of Philadelphia and around this great country. Also, what matters that black workers matters in the city of Philadelphia. Caller, this Showtime, the Hype Man. Hello? Okay, that was a caller. So we're talking about Black Lives Matter across this great nation. But also we have been seeing Philly Hott Radio.
Hello, hi, Showtime. This is Dr. Rock.
Hello, Dr. Rock. Thank you for calling in. This is Dr. Rock, ladies and gentlemen, the co-host on Philly Hott Radio. Whistle while you work. Hey, good morning, Dr. Rock.
Well, I want to give tell my condolences to our family, the Contis. They lost their aunt, so I want to definitely give a condolence to the family. We loved our aunt, so if anybody can pray for us, that would be wonderful.
Prayers are there. You got our prayer.
Yes, and also Showtime. I'm glad you got everything together. It's cool.
Well, we got the hottest producer and the manager all in one hats. We got a guy, we got all hats. That's on the sideline, making sure that this radio show goes well. So, Dr. Rock, anything you want to talk about while we got you on the phone?
No, I see change, and I don't know if everybody feel the same way. When they call up, maybe they get some ideas and some questions or answers on we need change, and why do we need change? Because I believe we do need change, because ain't things that happening in so much in this world that we need the leader. It starts with the leader.
Well, Dr. Rock, that's a powerful statement that you are giving us. Dr. Rock talking about change, and we need new change. Go ahead, Dr. Rock, talk about it real quick.
Yes, we do need change. That's why I suggest get out there and vote. In November, I don't know if everyone voted on Tuesday.
Oh, they voted.
But, that was just important as on November. So if you didn't vote on Tuesday, get out there and vote. If you have to get out there and vote because it's very important.
Wow. Okay, so Dr. Rock's talking that she feel that because we voted in the primary, but November the 2nd, the general election, are the most important day for us to change the leadership role at the White House. So for those who have not voted, we're asking you to come out in large numbers on November the 2nd, and we want y'all to be talking about way of voting. Talk more about to your kids and to your family and those. Let's talk about voting and make this a most powerful movement and vote. On November the 2nd, we're going to vote in large numbers to show the commander in chief that enough is enough. Anything you have up to say?
Let me say this. Also, it's important that you get out there. If you need rides, look, I'm willing to help anyone that wants to get out there. I'm willing to help you out there. Mail your letter. make sure you mail your letter to vote because it's very important, okay? We always complaining about what's going on in this world. Why are we complaining? Because we don't get out and vote. So that's my thing today. You got to get out there. You see how you did the protest? You know, we are so sad, and I'm so sad about what's going on in the world with the black brothers and stuff. What's going on? I'm very sad about that. But we got out there, and everybody from all over the world was out there. So now, get out there the same way you did that. Get out there and do the same thing when you're ready to vote. Everybody come out there and say, look, this is important. Get out there and vote.
Wow.
You need change. You need change.
Wow, that is so lovely, Dr. Rock. We hear your passion today, Dr. Rock, and I'm so grateful of your passion as a woman of God, who you are. I hear the passion in your voice that you are definitely a great inspiration to all the women's out there. This is Dr. Rock, the co-host of Philly Hott Radio, talking about how it's important for us to go out and show the power of vote. Even though for a long time the black community they don't do nothing, we don't receive nothing, and you are right. But if we starting not electing the same people over and over, you will see. And Dr. Rock talked about change. Anything else, Dr. Rock, before you go?
Education. We need change in education. We need change in the criminal system. We need change everywhere. Everywhere we need change. And most of all, everyone just get on your knees and pray, because prayer is the answer.
Wow, we'd like to thank you, Dr. Rock. We love you, but you can come on at the last minute of the show to close the show with me, and we really appreciate it. And tell Earl, keep working out.
Yes, you know, Audrey Hospital, that's her name. You know, she passed, and the funeral is today. So
okay, well, our prayers go out to your family as well. Okay, and I'll talk to you after the show. Thank you, Dr. Rock.
All right, you're welcome.
Bye-bye. All right, that was Dr. Rock, the co-host. She talked about change, and the city of Philadelphia has been electing the same men and women that comes from the same organizations. All of a sudden now, they want to be cheerleaders in this movement. We are looking for new leadership, new answer, and a new direction in the city of Philadelphia. Philly Hott Radio, whistle while you work.
Who is this, the Hot Man?
This is Showtime, the Hype Man. Who's this?
Showtime. This is your man, Leroy Glenn.
Hey, Mr. Leroy Grin, how you doing? We are live on Philly. Y'all, this man right here has been on the front line talking about real issues, not afraid. He's tired of these cowardly leadership. Mr. Leroy, can you explain to us about the cowardly political black men all of a sudden now? They want to be on the spotlight dealing with all these issues over the year when it comes to black folks in the city of Philadelphia, especially with jobs opportunity, especially with wrongfully discharging on jobs, also abuse fatality, and allowing the Frank Rizzo statue to last so long in the city of Philadelphia. What's wrong with the brothers? They said they're a politician, but they're afraid to speak on the tough issues.
You know what, Showtime, you hit it right on the point, man. You know, it saddens me. I'm 71 years old. I've been around. I don't have a Google life. I have an experience life. I have an experience life. So I experienced a lot of things like in this city throughout all the way back to the Columbia Avenue. Now you know I'm going back on this Martin Luther King. I'm saying Columbia Avenue. When it was back then, when they had the issue there with Frank Rizzo there. You know, like, he always had a racial tone and a distance between black and white when it came to law enforcement. And all these politicians, they knew that. That should have been their front agenda. Mm-hmm. The only time he kind of backed down when it was a stronghold, when the Nation of Islam was around.
Come on.
He never wanted to cross that line to mess with us back then. He didn't want to cross that line. He would do anything he could to do to just discourage black people to doing what they wanted to do. And the politicians back then wouldn't have a word to say. But Jeremiah Sebastian would say it to the best. Him, George Willis, and all of them would always call that racist and call him what he was. That that cracker. That's what they used to say. And he wondered why they didn't get behind him. But remember, Georgie Woods didn't need you to get behind him because he was the leader.
That's
so
correct.
therefore, he's kind of different from the people we have today. If something going wrong, Georgie Woods would be on the front line marching with you. You think what I'm saying? So that's different from what the people. He wasn't no coward. Today, I don't understand some of the people that don't want to speak out, but they speaking out now because of this incident. Mr. Floyd's situation should have been what we need when we should have been speaking out. We should have been speaking out way before that. You know, it's just we need a change. We need a change.
Wow,
We need a change.
Mr. Leroy, I've been doing everything in my power, but what I've been realized that the political people in power in the city of Philadelphia has cut my legs off, shut every door. Then we have other people that's in charge of the city of Philadelphia want to continue to eat, and we're electing council people, state reps, state senators that want to stay in their position till they rotten. I truly believe that I want to go with the young, new leaders in the city of Philadelphia. King, do you have anyone in mind that you see as a young man or a young black Afro-American woman, or it doesn't matter to me, white or Latino, that's speaking on issues that concern us? Do you have anyone in mind that you see is rising to the top?
Well, I'm not going to put no names out there, really, actually, because, I mean, I know several.
Okay.
You know, I know several. I was just talking to, you know, Jihad Ahmad.
You can put my name out there then.
Well, your name will be priority. You think what I'm saying? Your name could be that because you always been about the people, not about the situation, about the people first, to unite the people to deal with the situation. So that's why you got to have a people. You got to have a people personality. You can't have an office personality.
Ooh, go ahead.
You can't have an office personality that's paid by taxpayers, and then when something comes out, and then you reach out and you connect. You're not connecting like that. John Sherrill spoke about that the other night. We was talking about it. If you don't know how to connect to the people other than for their vote or for when it's benefiting you on a news camera or something like that, then you're not connecting. You're not connecting. I'm going back to Jeremiah Shabazz. What made Jeremiah Shabazz so powerful in this city and wasn't a politician at first? He connected to the people.
Wow.
He knew what the people do. He connected to the people daily. Had to get shot. Nobody had none of that. He connected daily. He connected daily. If Miss What's-Her-Name didn't eat yesterday, he made sure she eat today, tomorrow, and we'll call next week to make sure she eat.
Wow.
So, like, you know, you got people, you got to come out of them office. You got to connect to the people. You got to connect. You got to know how to connect to these people. I work in Kenny Gamble schools.
Mm-hmm.
I work in the schools. You know, I'm called in the schools like when some of these major incidents happen, like with the children, because of my way of connecting to the children.
That's correct.
They know in their heart, I know how to connect to people. If some of them, you know, my life hasn't always been straight, so sometimes I connect to them who knowing their grandfathers that we walk these jail halls together. So I'm a turnaround. So I know how to connect. You need skills to connect. You get people, you come in and you get all these high education. That's great. That is great. But you think what I'm saying? You need a Google map to come down to where the inner city is at to find out where is it going on with people like you visit it every day.
Wow.
There's a difference.
Wow.
It's a difference. It's a difference. You can have a title, and that's all you got is the title, because when they ask you, who are you on 23rd and Mifflin, no one knows. See, that's how people
took it out South
no
Philly.
one knows. Oh, I'm the elected official. I am the elected official. Okay, and then the young boy, yeah, so what? You did people like you and I, when I go to the water ice stand and I see one kid, I buy the whole group of kids. It might cost me $40, $50 just going to the water ice stand because I connect to people. Same thing you do.
Wow.
Same thing you always did, McCall. You always been like that.
Yeah, and
you always been like that.
And that's where I learned from y'all watching you, the way you treat. You got a good heart. But before we let you go, because the phones are popping, anything you want to say before you close and leave Philly out red? You have anything you want to say to the audience?
Well, I just hope hope we can move a step forward. But this is one thing I want to say. All because they have all these resolutions on paper don't mean that that's what's going to happen. Because we done seen revolutions. We done seen all these situations on paper from the 60s, and still look where we at in 2020. All
Wow.
these things been on paper before about discrimination, and
Wow.
look what we're still doing in 2020. Think about it.
Okay, well, we want to thank you for calling and thank you for supporting Philly Hot Radio. We would love to bring you as a guest one day on the show so we can really get down to the nitty gritty. We want to thank you from the bottom of heart coming out on your busy schedule. Thank you so much for calling in.
And love you and love all your listeners too, man.
Okay.
Keep supporting you.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hi, we are live on Philly Hot Radio. My name is Showtime the Hype Man on Philly Hot Radio. Whistle while you work. We are talking about we cannot afford it. Philly Hot Radio.
Hey, what's up, Showtime? It's Mike Benty.
Hey, Michael Bittney, how you doing? Anything you want to share? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Michael Bittney, one of the guys. He ran for the president of Local 234 in the last election, and Michael Bittney never stopped working from that last election. Michael Bittney, anything you want to tell our audience and our viewers?
It's in reference to, the protest that's been going on, the past few weeks, with this George Floyd. I've been noticing Black Lives Matters has been, taking over all protests. Like, you can't go to a protest unless someone brings up Black Lives Matter, right? So, I have a problem with that, because Black Lives Matter, I don't support Black Lives Matter. I'll say it on the air. For the simple fact that...
You don't support what again, Michael?
I don't support Black Lives Matter, the organization.
Okay.
I don't support Black Lives Matter because it's a partisan group. You have to follow the money. You have to follow who is actually funding this organization, right? It's not blacks. It's not African Americans, right? I support grassroots movements. I support African Americans, protests that actually have a message, right?
Okay.
What is our message?
Well,
right?
let me,
What is this?
Michael Bittney, let me ask you a question. Do you actually have facts about money that goes into the Black Lives Matter funded organization? Because I'm going to give you 3 minutes more because the phone lines are jumping and I want to make sure that you get your point across. Can you give us facts about Black Lives Matter that what you say you don't agree with them because of the funds of other people are funding Black Lives Matter? Can you give us a sample, Mr. Michael Bittney, please? And you have about 3 minutes to talk about it.
Yes, majority of the funding come from liberal. It's a very liberal group. It's from the Democratic Party. George Soros has a hand in it. Just follow the money. It's a simple Google search, and that will reveal to you that Black Lives Matter is not an organization. They say on the front that it represents our African Americans and our needs and they're fighting for us. But you have to really go dig deep down and see that this group is actually just a front. It's just a front, and it's a cover-up. That's why you notice anytime you go to a Black Lives Matter rally, who's the one at the protest? It's mostly white, right? You don't really see where's the Generation X, where's the African American brothers at? That's in their 30s, and their 40s, and their 50s, right? So what they're doing is they're getting in front of this because they don't want us to get in front of this. Because if African Americans actually stood up, right? If we actually had 500 African American men in the city of Philadelphia come together and say, listen, we're going to come together. We're going to create a central message, right? And exactly this is the issue. This is what we want. We want our elected officials to do X, Y, and Z, right? Then that'll bring about change, and we can see that change right away. But when you have these organizations like Black Lives Matter, things could get distorted, right? We're not in control right? We letting these other political people, control, control things. So that's why you see time after time, we don't get nothing done. So I think it's time to take back our power, believe in the grassroots movement. We need a leader in the city of Philadelphia to step up to the plate and actually bring people together, and let's bring the fight. Let's bring the fight, and let's reach out to our politicians and actually make changes that we can actually see and feel.
Okay, well, Mike, I want to thank you, not to take you off because we have a scheduled show, but I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
That's fine, man. I thank you for having me, and keep on doing what you're doing, man. All I ask is for everyone to just look into Black Lives Matter, do some research. It's a partisan group, meaning it's a Democratic. It's ran by the Democratic Party.
Okay, well,
so
good.
The issue, police brutality is not just an issue that need to be solved by the Democratic Party. It's an issue that need to be solved by both parties. Okay. Democrat, Republican, black, white, everybody got to be in together.
Okay, well, thank you, Mike, for that, and I'm going to be talking about that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man. Have a good one, huh?
You too. Hi, that was Michael Bidney talking about that Black Lives Matter. It's not run by Afro-American leaders. It's run by the Democratic Party, because have you noticed that it's been a lot of white people protesting? What I like about white people, Asian people, Latino, they learn how to organize and set a tone when they come in large numbers. Where I found that the Afro-American will come out when it's disasters or it's painful for the cause. My name is Showtime the Hype Man, the host on Philly Hot Radio, Whistle While You Work. It's important that you do your research. It's important that we get back to the grassroots of where the foundation of Afro-American. Mr. Leroy talked about Georgie Wood. He talked about the late other men and women that will fight the battle, and how Brother Sabab, when Frank Rizzo was the mayor, he was scared of the Nation of Islam. Even when Malcolm X came on the scene as a very young man, the same with Dr. King when he came on the scene as a very young man. We've been voting for Democrats for a long time. And soon that we elect some of the Democrat black leaders, some of the white Democrat leaders, they never gave back to the black community. All of a sudden now, they want to ride on the Black Lives Matter and be concerned of some of the issues, but some of the Democrat white colleagues think like Republican parties. It's important that the Afro-American community set the tone in the November election. We're electing black officials in the city of Philadelphia, are office goons, but they don't have a contact or a reach out program to gather the young folks in Pennsylvania. We are losing more of our children because the people that we're elected in the city of Philadelphia do not have a clue on the vision, what we are looking for in this society in 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Showtime the Hype Man on Philly Hot Radio. Whistle while you work. Black lives does matter if it really bring more grassroots black folks involved in the organization. Also, black workers' life means a lot to me as a black man working in the city of Philadelphia, not being protected by the rules and the policies, and like the EEOC has turned their back on black people. For those who like to call, the phone number is 484-477-6348. The lines are open for those who are concerned about the protests, those who are concerned about where do we go from here for a new solution, and how can we solve these problems and come to a whole new organization of change. Are you about change, or are you going to go with the same elected officials for the next 4 years when they seats up for grab, and they will promise you everything, and all they will do is give you a food line, a turkey, or a concert in your neighborhood, and then they expect us to vote for them again. My name is Showtime the Hikeman on Philly Hot Radio. We are asking those who like to call, want to talk about an organization that never apologized to the 97% of black men and women that was fired. For those who don't know, that SEPTA management team has fired 97% of black men. Yes, they hire blacks, but they have fired more blacks in the history of any unemployment in the history of Philadelphia. Ladies and gentlemen, the lines are open for those who've been fired from SEPTA because of the color of their skin. Then they have a rule policy on a last chance policy where the black union president, Willie Brown, has allowed SEPTA to fire as many black men and women that are working for a racist company. My name is Showtime the Hype Man. We're asking y'all to call up to talk about your story. What happened to you as a black man or a black woman in the city of Philadelphia? Do y'all feel that jobs has closed opportunity for us? I'm not talking about city jobs. I'm not talking about, what do you hear? We haven't heard anything from black officers. We haven't heard anything from some of the key political people in the city of Philadelphia. They are sitting behind their desk or their office and not saying one word, but they'll come out during election time. They'll come out doing some of the concerts. They'll come out to some of the food banks. But we need leaders that are not afraid to talk about the real issue. So, my name is Showtime the Hype Man on Philly Hot Radio. Where do we go from here? For those who are watching us, we know that someone have a solution. We're reaching out to young folks, and we need more young folks to participate in some of these meetings. We need the future of the city of Philadelphia. They are the young people. Dr. King started at 32 years old. Malcolm X started at 28 years old. It's the people that was born in the 50s and the 60s still want to control the city of Philadelphia, still want to control the lead. See, some of these men and women have an education, not self-awareness education. They cannot relate to the young people across this great nation. I'm tired of leaders that cannot relate. We elect them to represent us, but when they go up in Washington, they look at all these blue-collar people and forget about why we send them to Washington. We have some of these state senators that goes to Harrisburg, and they sit there and play the game with the Republican Party and some of the Democrat parties. We have some of these councilmen, black men and women, when they go down City Hall and they lay back in their old office, they take their old organization, they take their old blue book, handbook, and learn how to master to stay in office. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for new change in the way we elect people in the city of Philadelphia. I think that we should go out and start building a petition that a council person only should run 3 terms as a city council. It's important that because if a person stays in office long, the only way that we've been seeing, only people that benefit in our community is them, their family, and some of their organization people. We have watched some of the food banks that some of the council people have. They staff will invite all their friends first. And by the time the community get the word out, most of the food is gone because their family and their friends get the top of the crop. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that we should go on and try to sign a petition that a council person only allowed to run 3 terms as a councilman. Every council person that run set their goal on running for to be the next mayor of the city of Philadelphia. It's important that what we are doing in Philadelphia, that we need to do something different and show the world that Philadelphia is about change. Philadelphia has been a racist city for a long time because if you look at the schools district, if you look at the old running schools, what do the young people have in silly Philadelphia? What do they have to show for us electing black politicians for a long time? This is your part of the show. For those who are concerned with the way that we are going in Philadelphia, we need your input. Are you satisfied the way things been going on in the city of Philadelphia? And the only way that we bring change, what Dr. Rock said, that we have to vote some of the old political people that have been in office and came from other organizations. It's time to vote for new leadership. It's time to vote for new change. It's time to take this city in a new direction when it comes to political politics. We have seen so many corruption when it comes to politics. Because this city is a Democrat city. It's time to change leadership as the chairperson of the Democrat Party in the city of Philadelphia. I would like to challenge and ask us to organize, and those who like to call in, do you feel that the city councils should only be allowed to do 3 terms as a council person as the city of Philadelphia? Caller, Philly Hot Radio.
Hey, it's your time. It's Dr. Rock again.
Go ahead.
Hey, how you doing? What I was wanting to know, I just want to say, this is my opinion. You know, I love everybody, every color, every whatever. But my thing is, it starts from the home. Believe me, when to show love. And I believe that everybody in every nationality, some of them are humble, some of them not. So even with the job that you were saying about people were getting fired because of their color, I believe, this is what I believe that everybody on it, because there's still some black people working on that in that place. So what I believe is that you just have certain people that have, you know, their personalities and what they feel, and they wasn't brought up to show love to whatever color you are. So that's just my opinion on you know, on the job that you were talking about. But also, I just believe everybody, you know, are different. You got some beautiful people white, you got some beautiful people Puerto Rican, beautiful people black. You got beautiful people in every nationality. So everybody is not the same. And just like I told the brother to call up, you know, the system, we have to blame the system and the laws. You know, it's the laws that's going on out here. Get the better laws, okay? That's why we have to get out and vote. That's why it's very important to get out and vote. You have to get out there so you can have different laws. When I was working on my job, okay, so this is an example. I was working on my job, and who helped me the most or whoever was my white friends. And I'm not being smart. I love my black friends, but every time I turn around, everything was new, and nobody would tell me things, and it was them. So like I said, but my thing is, you know, it's not about a black and white issue to me because I don't look at color. I look at the person in their heart and who they are.
Well, and I'm grateful for your opinion. You have a right, what you just said, but also that pillow talk. And I understand what you're talking about, and it is about, and I have white friends, and white friends have done me good too, and white friends will stick and help you out if they feel that you do that. It's not about this me talking about blacks all the time, but black folks will be the ones will downplay you. And I understand that we live in a society where whites, blacks, brown, Latino all stick to have an old common together, and it is about love. But what happened, it does start with home, but also we have seen racism has a rise in the city of Philadelphia, and I'm not saying that all white Puerto Ricans, Asians, Chinese people are racist. That's not what we're doing, but what we're doing,
I know what you're saying. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I just wanted to give my opinion.
Oh no, and you have a right, and we appreciate your opinion of what you said.
Let me just say this: everybody mixed up, or whatever kind, everybody mixed up. It don't matter, you know. I mean, you know, if you say you're black, you might got some mixtures of everything else. So, I mean, my thing is that's why I don't look at color, and I just look at the individual. And I believe that, you know, if whatever happened with those cops, they were wrong. They wasn't, evidently they wasn't taught right to love, whatever color you are, they wasn't taught right. So my thing is, but not every cop is wrong. We got a lot of cops in our family that we love dearly. And they are very, you know, honest, and they help out the citizens, you know, so that's why I said, so we just have to, what we have to do is look at is just you know, not the color, because really the color is not, it's the people, what they do out there in the society is what you do. Because I was brought up in a home where you show love to everyone.
Good.
You show love. My mother and father, they taught us to love everyone. I don't care what color. You could be green. Love them. So this is the way I feel in my heart. I don't care. Like I said, I got friends all colors. Love them all. Good. And they love me too. So, you know, but like I said, it is a problem with people. It is a problem out there. But my problem is that, you know, people just need to love more. Show more love, and then it wouldn't be this out here at all.
Okay, well, thank you so much. We have Georgia Sandra that want to call up. Thank you, Dr. Rock. We love you so much, and thank you for your opinion, and your opinion means a lot on Philly Hot Radio. Hi. What we're talking about, and Dr. Rock just made her opinion, which she feel that how she was raised inside her household with her parents. And even with me, I have white friends, Latino friends, Asian friends that said that why do the Afro-American black community as a whole do not support each other, and why they don't have love? We have seen murders, innocent black men killing another black person in the streets of the city of Philadelphia. We have seen in the last 40 or something years that a black man will rob a black store and kill the owner for the love of money. We have seen black managers. We have seen black supervisors that will go after a black man or black woman on their job because they are controlled by the uppity manager, and they have a certain quote to go after Afro-Americans. I want to make it clear to me, for those who are white that work at SEPTA, for those who are Latino that works at SEPTA, we're not racist that's saying that SEPTA. But what happened was when it came to wrongfully discharging, when it came to discipline, we have seen 97% of Afro-American being fired at SEPTA. All of a sudden now, SEPTA put a newsletter out, but never apologized for the innocent men and women because of racist managers, along with black brothers and black sisters as supervisor. It has to stop. No city councilman, no mayor, no state rep, legislator. Minister Rodney Muhammad of the NAACP had a press conference from the SEPTA headquarters. Minister Rodney Muhammad called every news channel in the city of Philadelphia, the Enquirer, the Daily News, and said that SEPTA is a toxic environment working place. All of a sudden, that black folks that work there, smiling there, sit there like we're lying, telling another black brother or black sister, get over it. Get over it. I have a letter that I'm going to bring next week on Philly Hott Radio, Whistle While You Work. I have a document letter from the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania Court. I have a letter. I'm going to bring a letter to show a true document. What SEPTA has done, we got stacks of letters of black men's and black women's that work for SEPTA. Minister Hott Muhammad of the NAACP had Channel 10, Channel 6, Channel 3, KYW News at our meeting. He looked in the room and told all the camera people, you telling me that all these black people are lying? Ladies and gentlemen, SEPTA has not apologized. SEPTA has not had meetings. Minister Hott Muhammad, of the president of the NAACP, asked them to have meetings with us. The president of Local 234, Willie Brown, has turned his back on the Afro-American black workers that works at SEPTA. We're getting close to the hour of this radio show. But I have a passion to speak on the real issues. We're going to be talking more about Black Workers Matters in the city of Philadelphia. Okay, keep going. Thank you. And a lot of people are afraid to speak on issues that dealing with black folks. I want to thank Dr. Rock, the co-host of Philly Hott Radio. She talked about her journey in the Philadelphia school district and how some of her white colleagues and some of her white workers has helped her out to find her way in the Philadelphia school district so she can learn how to promote. It seems like when black folks in position, they want to be in power and they want to cut people off and roadblock some of the good quality people like Dr. Rock that paid her duties at the Philadelphia School District of Philadelphia as a teacher and giving back. I talked about love all the time, and with the black community and with the white community and the Latino community, we are losing love because we are electing black political people in the city of Philadelphia, white political people, and some Latino political people. They don't have love when they get to governor. When a black man or a white man or a Latino brother speak on the real issues, they cut you off and they tell everybody he ain't nobody. Ladies and gentlemen, I am working hard every day. I may not be the perfect person, but I'm trying my best. I am reaching out for help. And for those who can help me, where areas where I need help at, I'm a man that does not have a problem to reach out and ask for help. Philly Hott Radio, Whistle While You Work, is reaching out for help for the all community, black, white, brown. It doesn't matter what color of skin to me. But the only reason why that I speak about that, I only see that black folks has paid a price when it comes to the color of their skin. Then we have black political people in the city of Philadelphia, hold grudges, got attitudes, and never learned the word called forgiving. How can we come together when we have leadership in the city of Philadelphia never forgave? We have leadership across this great nation, got a problem when new, young humanity leadership are willing to fight on the battle line when it comes to races. Why, when black folks talk about races, that everybody got a problem when black folks speak on issue dealing with black issues? See, it's always the ones that do them pillow talk conversation. See, it's always the ones that's afraid to speak on issue, but they'll do the sideline conversation. See, I don't do sideline conversation. I am willing to challenge black, white, Latinos. For those who are tired of black men and women are getting mistreated in the justice system, dealing with job related, dealing when you purchase a house, dealing with when you go to the bank, and other issues that we deal with. It comes a time that we cannot be afraid to speak on the real issue dealing with black issues in this great country called America. Dr. Rock said something about change. The only way we're going to make it we got to bring change in this great country and allow us to bring change. Philadelphia, we're not the only one going through some of the black leaders that has represented us in Washington. Some of the black leaders represent us in state level. Some of the black leaders that represent us in some of the great cities of this great country. Where's the young leaders? We're looking for new young leaders that have a passion. Sometimes education get in the way, and nothing wrong with great education. I want to make that clear to my audience. But Dr. Rock expressed education is very important. Where do we go from here? It's important that we continue to fight. It's important that we continue to look each person in their eyes and said that change has to come. I'm tired of every time a black man or a black woman talk about black issues that dealing with us for the last 100 years or 200 years in this country, that we become a problem. It affects the black community, ladies and gentlemen, more than any other race. For those who are Democrats in the city of Philadelphia and those who are Democrat in this great nation, it's time for us to show unity and power in the November election. I'm tired of the Democrat Party taking our vote for granted. I'm tired that the Democrat Party of shuffling the backbone of the Afro-American community to vote for them, and we have saw the history. Philly Hott Radio, whistle while you work.
I just want to give my ending to tell everybody thank you for tuning in, because everyone was tuning in, and thank you for callers for calling up with all your answers and questions that you had. I want to thank everyone, and I will be back.
We're looking for you to get back here, Dr. Rock, because I cannot do it, but I'm trying my best to do what I can do.
You're doing a great job. I just want you to know you're doing a great job. Keep up the good work. Great host, one of the best hosts out there.
Thank you, Dr. Rock. I really appreciate that sometimes. But I had to realize that my story is my story, and I thank you for supporting Philly Hot Radio along with me, Dr. Rock. And you are great, one of the best co-hosts that any man can have work side by side on our job together. So I want to thank you kindly, Dr. Rock.
Yeah, thank you so much for Showtime, and all the callers, all the ones that supporting the radio, thank you. I just want to keep saying that to you because I love you all, and we all still stay safe. I know they get ready to open up. They get ready to open up soon, but still, wear your mask. Still stay safe. Stay safe. And sanitize your hands every day, all day long. Bring it in your car. Take it around with you, so you can stay safe. Because they about to open up soon, and everybody's going to be back doing what they used to do. I guess not fully, but they will be back.
But Dr. Rock, I went to Delaware, went shopping at Mason. It felt good to be shopping and buying clothes. I'm not good on the clothesline, but I want to on online shopping. But I want to thank you, Dr. Rock, for being one of. Dr. Rock is hosting at home, so she calls off and on when she have to say something, but even though she's not here, but she's at home doing the radio show, so she called in to be a part of the radio show. So that's her way of showing everybody that she's a part of this show. Is that correct, Dr. Rock?
Yes, it is. That's correct.
I just want to make sure that me and Dr. Rock.
We have to whistle while we work.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Rock. We love you.
All right, love you.
That was Dr. Rock, ladies and gentlemen, the co-host on Philly Hot Radio. So we're about to close the radio show. But for those who like to call in, we have 15 more minutes, and I'm going to close. We went over the hour because this topic is very important when it comes to election. Before Dr. Rock called me, I was talking about how we've been voting for Democrat, but they never changed policy. And policy has worked against us. And like the other caller, Leroy talked about how Brother Sabaz, how Georgie Wood, for those who know Georgie Wood, was a frontier leader in the city of Philadelphia. Also, Mary Mason was a frontier leader. Also, don't forget about the Honorable Lucian E. Blackwell was a frontier leader. Also, David Richardson was a frontier leader, and the president of Obama, for those who have watched him go live on TV and CNN News, he talked about how it was the young folks that was in the 60s, like Dr. King, Malcolm X, and other great leaders, even him, when he was young, he reflected what made him to join organizations to fight for the cause. In this day and time, the black leaders only in it for a job or to say that they're a council person or a councilwoman or they're Congress or they're a state senator. How do you feel for changing a 3-term petition for city council in the next up 4 years election should be on the ballot? Should a council person only should be allowed 3 terms? Philly Hot Radio.
Showtime. What's going on, my brother? How you doing?
Fine. What's going on? Who is this?
This is Brother Keith Jones from the Good Shepherd.
Hey, Mr. Keith Jones, how you doing, my brother?
Man, I'm blessed, man. Trying to stay sane in an insane world, man. I'm listening at you guys, and I'm encouraged by the work that you do. Let it not be supposed that you have here spent your work for naught and your labor has been in vain, because it is effective. It's much needed. I appreciate the topics that you allow to come across the airwaves on your show, and I want to let you know, be encouraged, brother, because you got to speak truth to power. You know what I mean? The powers that be, oh man, you ruffling some feathers, brother, but don't worry about it, because leaders oftentimes are out front and they're targets for all kind of criticism and all kind of attacks. But it's worth it, because in order to affect the change,
You can't continue to do the same thing that you've been doing and expect different results. That's the definition of insanity. So I know you're not crazy. I know you got good sense. I know Dr. Rock got good sense. So I thank you for the platform.
Well, the platform is for the community as a whole, all people, black, white, and brown. But the reason why that we talk more about black issues, because blacks are more effective in this country than the other people. That not saying that Showtime the Hype Man is racist. I'm just saying that black people are affected more when it comes to policy, when it comes to getting wrongfully discharged on their job, when it comes to buying a home, when it comes to buying an automobile, when it comes to your kids go to the juvenile court system. They affect our black children more. When it comes to prison term, we have seen when a black man do a crime, he get longer term than a white. And then people are afraid, especially the black politicians in the city of Philadelphia, they are afraid to really target the big issues that we've been concerned. We've been electing men and women that come from old organization and we never elect somebody that's new. We have to break the system in the Democrat Party system in the city of Philadelphia. And the only way we can break it, we got to knock off some of these councilmen, some of these state reps, some of these Congress, and some of these state senators that have been in office for a long time. It's time for Philadelphia and each city across this great nation. We have to show them at the voting booth that we are tired of the same elected officials and we deserve change. Do you have anything to say on that before you leave?
Certainly, sir. I agree with everything you just said. The new frontier leadership. Some folks have become complacent, and some folk has become a stumbling block or a hindrance for progress because they have a cush job or a plush job, and they get the benefits that go along with it and name and fame recognition, and so they stop fighting for the cause. I'm not saying that everybody does that, but true, if you look down the annals of time, you have people who have become sellouts or stumbling blocks or bumping the log because they become complacent. Okay, I'm doing good, so I'll sell out the rest of the people to, I won't fight for those causes or advocate for a change. So I agree with you. It is necessary. I heard you talking a while ago, a few months ago, about new frontier leadership, right? And we do need that, man, because if you look, it's just us, JUST-US, not just this, which is what we're seeking out here, an equal chance, equal shot. You know what I mean? Like, people being white, it's sort of like they be born on, and I'm not being prejudiced, don't take me wrong. People being white are sort of like they're born on third base, but they think they hit a triple. Whereas a black man come to play, he got to earn everything he get, and it's harder. So after a while, it becomes frustrating and tiresome. And the young folk that's ranting and raving out here, right, they are frustrated. So the only way they really know how, in my opinion.
Well, let me ask you one more question before you leave. Who do we have in the Pennsylvania state, in the city of Philadelphia, as a black leader, in the politics right now that's in public office? Who do we have as a leadership in the city of Philadelphia that you know?
Personally, I don't know any of them because I was associated with politics back in the day. I did a voter registration drive.
Okay, good. So you just answered my question. You answered my question. We've been doing a citywide poll, and we asked, who is the black leader in the city of Philadelphia? The day was election day. If they was on all the radio stations, they said that they asking us to vote. We do not have no more leadership because what they're doing, they are too cute. And just like Brother Leroy said, they are cowardly leadership in the city of Philadelphia, and they're afraid because of their title and their position, and the Democrat Party will run another candidate, and they're afraid that the Democrat will go with someone else that they can control in the city of Philadelphia. And the Democrat Party has controlled some of our council people, some of our state rep. The one Congress that we got is a black Afro-American, Dwight Evans, went to Congress. When he served 35 years as a state rep, too long, Mr. Dwight Evans. Too long that you should be challenged in the next upcoming election for your seat as a Congress. We are looking for a young, new rising star that's going to represent us in Washington so we can hear the voice of the people. I want to thank you for calling in, and I want to continue to fight for equal opportunity for our own community.
Amen, amen, amen. I'm going to leave on this note. A proverb, a wise man once wrote, a house divided against itself shall not stand. Until we unite as a race of people and we realize that we all in this fight together and we stand together for change and we come against the oppressors, even if it be people of color, because they're more detriment to our community than anyone else, we are going to be suffered to this same thing over and over again. So I encourage you to continue to be a voice, you and Dr. Rock, and continue to have that platform and be not dismayed. What you are doing is not in vain. The Creator sees that, and I believe He will smile favorably upon you because you are a lone voice. You're like you throw a rock in the pack of dogs, the one that hollers is the one that get hit. So you've been hit, so now you're hollering, and I'm glad you're hollering, and I want to holler with you. So be encouraged, bro.
Okay, well, thank you for calling Philly Hot Radio. Whistle while you work.
All right, peace.
That was an encouragement from a brother encouraging me. Nobody knows what I go through as me being a leader and a risk taker. And he is right. I've been attacked by so many of the naysayers and the big time people in the city of Philadelphia that think they are all controlling. Nobody knows what I went through. I had to read a book that I have got, Are You Ready for These Days and Times? And sometime I was looking at how other people are getting picked in the city of Philadelphia, and Showtime the Hype Man has been getting lead out the picture. The politics in the city of Philadelphia has closed every door, every quarter on me. The elected officials in the city of Philadelphia, because I spoke out and I'm different, and I do not kiss any of them, y'all know what? So they're going to knock me off or do anything, and the people that follow behind them, the educated black men and women that think they're in charge of the city. I want to thank the police commissioner. She is doing an outstanding job, and some of her colleagues don't like what she's doing, but she is bringing change in the police force policy, the way they arrest, the way they choke you, the way they handcuff you, and the way they beat you up when you speak up. I want to give a shout out to the mayor of the city of Philadelphia for his outstanding job moving that statue of Frank Rizzo. I want to give Governor Wolf also standing by. And these are white political people that had showed concern of the black community. Because my name is Showtime the Hype Man, so many of your political politics don't disagree with me and got a problem with me. Because I want to challenge the chairperson of the Democratic Party in the city of Philadelphia. I want to challenge the black leaders, the white leaders, the Latino leaders in this city. I'm tired of us electing men and women that are not fighters and are scared to speak on the real issues and how to help the young people in the city of Philadelphia and across this great nation. For those who have little boys and little girls, they look to us to bring change. I am challenged for those who are watching me around the world on Philly Hot Radio, live on YouTube channel. It's important that we challenge the Democratic Party, senators, Congress, mayors across, and governors across this great nation. As a Democrat, we are tired of y'all taking our votes and electing over and over and not getting no results. When it deals with crisis, some of your organizations, we're challenged the Democrat Party across this great nation. They need our vote again to stop Donald Trump. But we got to make sure that they're going to represent us and not give us the crumbs that the Democrat Party has been giving the black people for the last 100 years, taking our votes for granted. I'm tired of black leadership get in office and forget about where they come from, forget about the struggles, forget about the late Dr. King and Malcolm X and all the great black leaders before them set the tone so they can be in office. Ladies and gentlemen, we deserve change in the history of this Democrat Party across this great nation. I'm only one person, and I'm taking the risk to challenge the Democrat Party across this great nation. Ladies and gentlemen, black lives does matter, but we have to do it with the grassroots way. Before I close, I want to thank each and every one of y'all, and also Dr. Rock, like to thank each and every one of y'all. I want to thank our producer, Eric, for coming to the radio station, helping me out today to make sure this show was successful. I want to thank my wife, Diane Keys Keller, for giving me an opportunity when she hears me talking on Facebook Live during the week. I don't have anyone but me. I don't have any friends but me and God. But I got everybody in the city of Philadelphia talking about me and saying that I ain't nobody. Don't believe in him. You'll be amazed, like the brother said, that I go through a lot. And the city of Philadelphia has turned their back on me. I've been talked about like a dog around some of your political leaders and some of the people that think they in position in the city of Philadelphia. But that didn't stop me because I'm only listening to God. God has gave me a gift. And so what, it might take me a little longer than other people to get to the promised land. So what, it might take me a little longer to get to the big stage. So what, I might be talked about. So what, they might criticize me. So what, so what, so what. But what I'm doing, I'm only doing what God has allowed me to be. I'm concerned of the young people in this great country. I'm concerned about the young people in the city of Philadelphia. My name is Showtime the Hype Man on I have 6 minutes left. We're going to close for the next 6 minutes. So it's someone that is afraid to call the radio station. And this is what we talk about, that black people are sideline people along with some of the white people that are watching me and my Latinos. See, I don't have a problem to talk about black issues. That does not make me racist. That doesn't make me that I don't like whites or Latinos or Chinese or Asian. And I walked down 52nd Street Monday when the riot started. It was a Chinese store, was still selling liquor, cigarettes, drugs at 52nd and Spruce. And the black people got mad at me because I shut the store down by me taking pictures how some of these stores was tore down, but the Chinese man was still willing to sell. Black people was still, when the Chinese people do not support us and give our children nothing. I'm not saying that all Chinese people are bad. And Dr. Rock stated that it's how they get treated inside their household. Ladies and gentlemen, it's okay to be black and proud in America. Let's make black again and not be afraid to be black. Not be afraid to speak on black issues. That does not make you racist. For those who are Black Lives Matter, we want to thank you too. Whatever you're doing, you're building something to get the attention in America. And we do need whites, Hispanics, and black folks for us to beat the system. So whatever the way that Black Lives is doing, it's open up TV. It opened up CNN News. They just put Black Lives Matter in Washington in yellow paint right down the street, even though Mr. Michael Bittney said he disagreed with them, but also I understand what Mr. Michael Bittney said, and it's okay that he have a right the way he feel. But also it gave us a memo to keep the foot on the pressure of the society as a whole. So I want to thank everybody that called today. Everyone had a great topic. We're going to be talking more about it every week. But the topic is, do you feel that a city council or city councilman at large only allowed to be in office for 3 terms? We're going to talk about that. Also, we're going to talk about next week. We have been watching Tracy Gordon. We've been watching how older people go to poll places and how we have to find a way that if we see somebody 80 or 90 or 75 years old in a long, hot line, that we should find a way to get them to vote soon as possible. I don't feel that an elderly person should be in that long line to vote. It's important that we find a better strategy. Those who are the registration of will, those who deal with voting booths, dealing with when we go and vote at. It's important to vote on November the 2nd, but it's important that the Democrat Party respect the black community if they want our vote. My name is Showtime the Hype Man, live on Philly Hot Radio. Thank y'all for tuning in. This is the part of the show that we love our audience. Stay tuned for next Saturday show at 10 a.m. Peace.